Good boy. Hello, everybody. Wow. I am out with Cap, completely off leash. I am so thrilled with the work Josh has done. This is my first time walking him. I have done obedience in the training room. I've done socials with him. I've done potties, waiting for food, but the walk is the one thing I wait until the dog is pretty much finished until I take them out. This is incredible. This is a Josh heel. So many sessions, so much work went into this. Every single day, compounding sessions. And I literally just took him out. We're up in the court today. I beeped, I said heel, I started walking, and he puts himself in this perfect position. He was really, really not difficult, but just all over the place when we started heel. So the fact that he's keeping himself here without any like commands from me is amazing. This is the beauty of getting a dog in young. Notice how he's following my leg, following my pace. Now, when we talk about e-collar heel, it does require maintenance going home. He's doing this because he's in the board and train. He's immersed in structure. He might try to test your boundary at home. So when you look down, his head should be next to and slightly behind your leg. This is like a perfect sweet spot right here. If he leaves that position, if he goes too far forward, it's stim. The only thing that changes is the number. Go up if he's not responding. If he's lagging behind, veering out to the left, or going behind your legs, it's tone. Also, nose to the ground is stim. We want to keep heel nice and tight, right next to and slightly behind our leg. I feel like I could walk him for miles like this. So obviously his heel is doing great. I have no concerns. I'm going to click my tone. That speeds him up, gets him by his leg. He heard a neighbor shut the car door. That's the great thing about when your dog gets distracted, you have your e-collar to focus them back. Let's see what happens when I stop. He should be aware. Good. And that has that auto sit. Oh my God, good boy. Now, if I would have stopped and he would have kept going, that tells me, maybe he's not really paying attention to me. It gives me justification to click my e-collar and get him back to heel. So I'm really happy with his e-collar heel. Let's work on his stay. Stay, something we've, again, worked very hard on. That is a new behavior. Good. I'm going to mark that and pet that. I struggled to get him to down and stay in the training room, and I had Josh do a couple sessions on it. So the fact that he's out here outside without a leash at a distance going into this perfect double down without even me telling him down is amazing. It just shows the amount of hard work that was put into his training. What we do in 3 weeks, people struggle for years to accomplish. That is the beauty of board and train. You know, you talk to a lot of dog owners. Oh, honest mistake. Talk to a lot of dog owners and they say, yeah, we're working on pulling. We're working on jumping. We're working on getting him to stop mouthing. Oh, really? How long have you been working on it? A year. So again, everything is just accomplished in such a short amount of time here at Board and Train. The dog goes home completely finished. All right, so let's talk about his stay. I'm able to walk around freely and the dog stays. Think about the practicality of this command. No, stay. I click no, I said no, I clicked my button and I repeated stay. He's only 7 months old, so he's gonna need reminders. He sees Josh walking down there. But that is the beauty of the e-collar, is that we can enforce the rules now. He knows the rules, now he just needs enforcement. So you can use this pretty much anywhere. Waiting rooms at the vet office, cafe downtown, your front lawn, your front porch, the kitchen. We've had people use it on a boat. You know, you take him somewhere and you don't want him constantly at the end of the leash, put him in a downstay. But the thing is that you've got to be there to enforce it. Okay, you're such a good boy. Now, if you stay consistent with enforcing it, you're going to notice you're going to have to click a lot less because he's just going to listen. It's just going to be effortless, right? So he stops testing and says, yeah, I'm just going to listen. And you'll get that with consistency of training with everybody in the house. And he will treat each person differently. he will start to begin to learn who enforces things and who doesn't. So that's why you might say, oh, he pulls with me, but he doesn't with you. He jumps on her, but not on me. Because he knows who he can get away with doing those behaviors. Okay, let's do our recall. A recall is getting him to you from wherever he might be. And you can even use this inside your own house if you need to get him to you. It's gonna be the verbal paired with the tone. This works up to a half a mile away. Praise as he's on his way to me, and then he should land somewhere in front of me. Okay? Come, tap the tone, good boy, praise. I'm gonna work on that. I corrected that position, and that's where I'll enforce it. We're gonna try that one more time. Stay, because I really want to get that position right. And then it gives me an opportunity to ask for a down. Down, even though he's already doing it. That's a good boy. So you can see we're almost to the end of board and train. I'm just, filling in, dotting the I's, crossing my T's. Overall, he's doing amazing. We're just trying to make sure, we enforce that correct recall position. Most people would be happy their dog isn't running away. All right, come, good boy. Stay. Yeah, we're gonna clean that up. Good, that's better. Good job. Down. Beautiful, good boy. Make sure I pet that and praise that because I know that's hard for him. All right, I'm gonna do that recall one more time. I really wanna get him to come and stay in front of me. Come, good boy. Nice job, look at that. Good boy. I like when they slow down because it means they're aware that I'm enforcing the position, and look what I get, a down right in front of me. The last one, every time he curled around me, I'm clicking the whole time. So it's telling him, hey, wrong answer, and then when he gets it right, guess what he avoids? The click, and he earns the pets. You're such a good boy. I would keep you. Good. All right, and then from here, I could either go back into our walk, I could release him, or I could keep him in that down stay. It just depends on what you want to do. You are so handsome. We're gonna release him, okay? Break. Now the difference between break and COME is when he's on break, he's free, within reason. So you don't always have to have him in heel or a downstay or a command. I have this dog completely off leash right now. However, if he starts running away, I have a way to get him back. If he's starting to eat something off the ground, I have a way to stop that too. If he's choosing to put himself in heel, beautiful. All right, we are approaching the front door. We are approaching the threshold. We're gonna show you what we've been working on with doors and thresholds and not bolting through. This is something that we enforce at every doorway, every time, every handler, and that means the crate, the car, the door, the gate, anything. We never allow our dogs to bolt through, in or out. And so just by enforcing this one thing will drastically improve your dog's behavior. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the door. He's gonna assume he shouldn't bolt through. Good. I'm even gonna step in. He looks up at me. This is permission-based training. And then I'm gonna release him inside the house. Break. Good job. All right, now we're inside. Place. Sending him to a place bed. After a walk, after yard time, after any pretty much activity you do with him, it's always gonna be the recommendation, especially when he's this young, under 2 years old, that you continue to apply structure, and that means giving him a job. So we don't come in from our walk and just unclip the leash and just let him have free roam of our house, right? We're always gonna come in, and it depends on what I'm doing. Either it's gonna be place or crate. Place if I'm able to keep an eye on him, crate if I'm not. It's that simple. When he's on place, you know he's not getting into anything. You're also keeping a very structured day, which helps all around. And this is where he's gonna hang out while I do other stuff around the house. All right, guys, he's been here quite a while. I haven't heard a whine. I haven't seen him step off. He's been amazing. So we're gonna release him, and we're gonna go outside for some yard time. Cap, break, good job.